Hi everyone. So in today's video, we're going to see about the memory setup for fine-tuning LLMs. In previous video, we saw quantizing, fine-tuning from scratch, everything. But how actually it happens with your own system, because it requires large space, but how much it is? We know large LLMs is very hard to train because they didn't release any base model or open weights. They didn't release any of that, like Gemini 2.5 Pro and all. It is like very large, I know that. But they have released small LLMs like Gemma 2B, Gemma 7B, and OpenAI have released like few things. So how to actually have for yourself? I mean, from scratch for your own custom data. It may be for your organization or for your own application that you wanted to create and publish. How much it is? So in today's video, I'll tell you like how much space it is required and the cost, everything. So let's just get started with. So if you are seeing here, so I have like two different model in here. So Gemma 2B, Gemma 7B. So budget friendly Gemma 2B, yes, but it also have its own specifications. So if you are going with this model, so have these things which is mandatory, and going with larger space is like good to have. That is also there. So one NVIDIA T4 for RAM is must, or else you can't have this tuning thing happen. And same goes with your new set of data, because fine tuning is going to happen with your new set of data, right? Like you will have this base model and you have to feed the new data. For that, this GPU is must. I mean, one is sufficient. Google have given this NVIDIA T4 for free, but they didn't give like much of RAM or other storage space for it. For that, you need to purchase. So before starting with this thing, I'll just give the model size. I mean, how much Gemma is actually the size as a model. So model size is 5 to 6. If you are going with this training checkpoints is nothing but whenever training, right, which will have like multiple epochs, right? For each epochs or checkpoints, it will save with a major accuracy of or highly performing rate. So it will just save or milestone kind of. So that is your checkpoints. So for that, you need like maximum of 30 GB. Always prefer this higher size so that you won't have this lag in between. If it is like you are achieved the one which you wanted, you can exclude some of the things which is there, and it is okay. Like uh, hiring for a month is okay, or 2 weeks is also like very much sufficient time for this GPU. I mean memory setup from GCP. So for fine tuning, try to use LoRA so that you'll have like 95 percentage of space saved from it. It won't like lag or consume more space for training. That's what they say, and everybody's prefer to use LoRa. If you want to know like what is LoRa, I posted one video about it for yes, fine tuning. And there are like a lot of resources also available, other YouTube videos also available. You can prefer that also if you are like considering more explanation about it. I just gave what is that algorithm is about. So next is RAM, 64 GB, 32 to 64. Yes, very important. And if you are preferring for OS, just going for OS, Debian and Linux 12. So this is like default that will have from GCP. Just prefer that. If you have like much of, if you're like assuming or allowed to spend more, you can buy like other OS or space also. But for me, like to train and have a model and it is performing well means this is much more than enough. Next is storage. This is for the SSD for data sets, checkpoints, and model artifacts. So this for that we just using 300 GB and CPU cores 16 GB 8 to 16. So and this mesh type it is for the Gemma model basically. So balance configuration for Gemma we are using N1 high memory and 8, and training time try to prefer it for 2 to 4 hours, because if you have all this configuration in your VM, you can have like your model around 2 to 4 hours of training. Within that you will have your model trained, so it won't take that long. So yes, for around they are saying like, see, for 10K examples, if your data set is having like 10K rows, it will take like 2 to 4 hours. So more than 10K, it will like, take accordingly. So this is the one, and estimated monthly cost for the VM and GPU, I mean the T4, it is like around $450 maximum, and the storage cost $40. So overall, total 500 per month, $500 per month. And the setup, you just try to, have it from the Gemini or ChatGPT. It is, you can set it up. It is easy. They'll have like default comments for that. You can just activate it when you purchase this thing. So, if you don't hesitate to buy this thing, if you're from any organization, because they can afford it, and also if you wanted something, custom, going with this is preferred. And for the 7 billion parameters, let's just go with the size first. It is around 16 GB. And when you do the fine tuning, you will have 50 GB of for every checkpoints. And LoRa is for everything. I mean, every fine tuning thing, because it reduces space of it. So in NVIDIA L4 they are using for 7 GB, 7 billion parameters, and 128 RAM with 500 GB of storage and 32 core vCPUs. So machine type is same, but here we just increased into 18, and here it takes 4 to 8 hours just because the data size. The 7 billion parameters, not your input, your LLM actually. The Gemma 7B is like a large model, right? So for that, it takes like around double the time. And overall cost it requires $900 per month. Having your own LLM, I would prefer for companies who are dealing with customers' data, like huge customers with solid privacy offered for those customers. They prefer these kind of own models to have LLMs on their own, trained for their own data. For them, it is like much needed. For those people, try to hire the machine and work on that. It is good to have, I would say, and also it is very good for your learning. Just try it out. Just try it out. Like try to fine tune it, quantize it. Even though quantizing a model is not a good idea, just understand why it is not coming out properly. Just understand the math behind it, so that it will be useful for your future. There are like a lot of things that is about to come in AI. So these are like stepping stone for your future career or any way that you're like into. So when something comes up like fine tuning, and don't say I don't know. Try it out. Just experiment it. At least read about it. So these are things that is very important. And if your organization is not asking you to create your own language model, try to find something like toy model, which Google is offering for free. You can try that. So don't feel like, oh, okay, I can't afford it, or my organization is not allowing me to do it. You can try to find other ways, like free is available, free versions is available. You can just try it with a small set of data to fine tune it for quantizing it. So that is also there. So quantizing, you don't have to go with always Gemma to me. You can also try it with some other small models available in Hugging Face other than Gemma. So learning is okay. I mean, if you wanted to learn, you will learn in any way. You don't have to have like always do with what you have and start with what you know. Then eventually it will grow. So that's all I have for today. If you need anything, just comment on this video and refer my previous videos for those fine tuning, how to fine tune, and quantizing about LoRa, everything. So, yeah, that's all I have, guys. Bye.